Welcome to Adventures with Captain Ray Kelly. This is primarily a drone show. We'll be sharing adventures from all over the world. We hope to have interesting guests every week, and we're glad that you tuned in tonight. We'll be flying different drones in different locations. We encourage viewer participation in the chat. If you have a question, don't be afraid to ask. Every week, we'll have another interesting guest. So sit back, relax, and enjoy the show. We'll be sharing various adventures by our guests as well as myself. And thank you for joining us tonight. Hi, welcome everybody. Welcome to Adventures with Captain Ray Kelly Live. And I finally made it to Florida. I'm down here in my humble abode, and I've already been flying. I've had a couple of mini meetups with Al and Kat Gottlieb and TJ, and we've been having a lot of fun. I'm telling you. We go to these secret spots. But anyway, thank you all for tuning in tonight. Monday night, and you could be doing a lot better things than listening to me. That's for sure. But I do have a awesome guest lined up, Randy Props. A lot of you know him as Man Props Media, and I'll tell you, he is a great drone pilot. I enjoy watching his videos, and he's in the back room eating the shrimp and lobster right now, and I'll be bringing him in very shortly. But I really did have a couple of meetups. On Saturday morning, Al called me up, and we went to the Jupiter Inlet and filmed the Jupiter Lighthouse, and at sunrise, that is. And we had a good time. And then this morning, we decided to go to another secret spot called the Devasta Towers, right here in Palm Beach Gardens. And that was, we went at sunrise again, and that's another cool location to fly. So I talk about these secret spots, and then I tell everybody where they are. But anyway, like I said, and before I left, I ended up getting one last flight in with Jeff Norman. Well, actually, I flew with Rob Kamada in the morning that day, and then I flew with Jeff for a sunrise flight. And Jeff is always a great guy to fly with. He he's an expert drone pilot, and he's a great photographer and editor. And I really enjoy flying with them. I just have a little bit of that video. I just want to show it a little bit. So I'll give Randy a few more minutes in the back room, and then I'm going to bring him in. Well, better yet, it looks like he's almost finished eating the shrimp and lobster. I'm going to bring him in right now, and then we're going to welcome in everybody, and you're going to hear all about Randy Props, Mad Props Media. So please give Randy a warm welcome, because he's coming to us all the way from Rising Sun, Maryland. How you doing, Randy?
I'm doing good, Captain Ray. How you doing tonight?
Good. Welcome to Adventures with Captain Ray Kelly Live. I want to thank you for being on tonight. And I really am very impressed with your drone flying. Really, I look forward to your new videos coming out every week now. So
I appreciate that, and you're too kind, because I'm actually really a beginner compared to a lot of people.
well, a lot of people in the chat really don't know who you are and how you got involved with drones. So maybe you could briefly tell us, what was your first
Well,
drone, and what's your favorite drone?
Yeah, I mean, I've always been into RC stuff. Like, I had a lot of nitro powered RC trucks in like the early 2000s. So I've always been into RC stuff. But yeah, when I was like 15 years ago, I started getting them little helicopters that, everybody gets from Walmart. And then in 2020, I think it was, my wife bought me it was a Snaptane drone, a camera drone.
Okay.
And I flew it for a couple months, and then you know how that goes. They're pretty rough. So I said, there's got
Yeah.
to be another way. And I did some research, and I ended up with the Mavic Air 2 with the smart controller.
Okay. The Mavic Air 2. Yeah, that's a great drone.
Yes, sir.
How did you like that? Do you still have it?
Actually, I sold that drone the day my Air 3 arrived, and
Yeah.
it was a great drone. I wasn't impressed with the still pictures.
Okay. Yeah. I had the Air 2, and then I moved up to the Air 2S, and I really love this drone. Um, but what was cool about that little change that DJI did was those batteries were interchangeable, and I thought that was a big benefit. But you
Yeah,
have
that is a good thing.
The Air 3 is supposed to be an awesome drone.
Have it right here.
You have it, yeah. How do you like it?
Yeah. I love it. I'm telling you, when I got the Air 3 compared to the Air 2, it blew my socks off. It really did.
Yeah, yeah.
Es-
Um,
Especially the RC2.
well, yeah, I know. You get better range with it, right? Well, did you have the
Oh yeah.
RC1? Yeah, yeah. Um,
I had the smart controller, and
oh,
I
yeah, the small
bought
control.
I bought the RC N2 to have as a backup, but I never got a chance to use it.
Well, a lot of people who had the smart controller really love that. I know that. But once DJI came out with that DJI RC, everybody was saying how great it was, and I finally went out and bought one once they made it compatible with the Air 2S. And then
Yeah,
a few months later, they made it compatible with the Mavic 3.
the biggest difference I noticed about the RC2 compared to the smart controller is just the clarity and the brightness in the screen is like night and day.
Right. Yeah. It's I tell you, I uh I really appreciate you being on tonight, and I know the people in the chat appreciate it too. And before I get get on with our interview, I got to welcome in everybody because um, I do that. I usually leave you in the back room before I bring you in, but Connecticut Pirate John, he was number one, and I get a kick out of John because he goes in the middle of the afternoon and says hello, and he's checking in, but he'll be watching the stream a little later. And then Joe Jaybird Drone, he was number two right behind him. I'm telling you, and guys, I say it every week, but I really mean it. I truly appreciate you all taking the time to watch. Really, I try to get great guests like Randy on every week, and sometimes it's hard to do that. Um, but thank you all for watching again. So, and I know I saw Scott Jackrabbit. How you doing, Scott? Good to see you. And Rod, Hot Rod in Daytona. He popped in. How you doing, Rod? Good to see you. And Stephen Drones, how you doing? And Captain Joe, USA Drone Flyer. Captain Joe America. He's watching down in Louisiana. How you doing? And Catskill Brad, good to see you. And Mr. JRCs, it's funny because Mr. JRCs was up on Long Island a couple of weeks ago and he called me. He says, Ray, I'd like maybe get together with you at a secret spot. So I told him about one of the secret spots and he ended up going to the Patchogue Lighthouse and he flew that. And that was good. But you know how it is when you come to town, you got to visit with family. So we didn't get a chance to hook up, but hopefully in the future. But anyway, we got Bob Casey. Big Bob's in the house. How you doing, Bob? And while I'm talking about Bob, Bob is sponsoring the fourth annual South Florida Drone Meetup. He contacted me last weekend and he said, Ray, I'm going to be donating another um, American flag. He makes these custom wooden American flags, Randy, and they are beautiful. I'm telling you. So I got to say thank you to Bob. He did it last year and he's doing it again. So thank you, Bob. And then we got I say hello to TJ. TJ's in the house. How you doing, TJ? Good to see you. It was great flying with you this morning. And Jody Drone Shots is watching, and Michael Wright, Texas Arch drone guy, is watching down in Texas. And Gary Brant Ariels is watching. He wanted to be number 6 on the South Florida Drone Meetup list, and he's number 6. He's coming back from Canada with him and Jim Beauchart, and even Jordy Beauchart is coming too this year. So it's going to be good to see those guys. And by the way, Randy, just to let you know, this is your personal invitation to come to the 4th annual South Florida Drone Meetup in Jensen Beach, Florida. We're having it on April 6th. All right. So mark it down. Do your best to get here.
I
Because
tell you
you'll
what,
meet
I would
all.
love nothing more. I would love nothing more than to go to that event, but I can't guarantee nothing. But we'll see what
No,
happens.
I know. Well, I hope you can make it because you'll meet all these great drone pilots, really. And I'm amazed because, like Rob Kamada, he's in the chat right now. How you doing, Rob? Good to see you. And while I'm talking about Rob, he's another one of our sponsors for the South Florida Drone Meetup. He told me last week he's donating a triple tech tablet as one of the raffle prizes, along with some other items, and it's great. So I got to say thank you to Rob. And did I say hello to John Olson? John Olson's watching. He's my fellow Long Islander. We got to fly a few times this summer, and it was good flying with John. And Jerry Franks is watching. How you doing, Jerry? Good to see you. Um, but Randy, I know that you fly a lot. You do. And I got one of your videos queued up. I'll get back to the name shortly, guys, and I'll try to welcome in people as they come in. Hey, there's Sean, Mr. Crowley at his drone. How you doing? Good to see you. And Alan, Drone Views Media. He's watching all the way in Ireland. But I have one of your videos queued up right now. So I think the viewers would love to see it. And maybe you could narrate over it and tell everybody what you're doing because you just I thought this video was so cool. So tell everybody about this video.
Well, this location is actually like not even 2 miles from my house, so it's not far to go. And I don't know. I had an idea one day. I've flown this bridge before, and I was like, you know what? I know there's some waterfalls down there, so I went home and got the Avata, and I just went for it and sent it down the creek.
Yeah, it's great. Really. You like flying out of Vada,
This way.
huh?
Oh yeah, that's probably my favorite drone to fly. I actually went under that log on the first run, but I
Oh,
had my
really?
ND filter on, and I had the ND filter on, and it was a little too dark, so I didn't use that footage.
I mean, this is incredible, this flying. Really.
Thank you. And all those
I like the
all the water
soundtrack,
sounds.
too.
Yeah, I put all the water sounds in, and I tried to make them go like lower as I went away from the falls, and then come back up as I got closer.
Johnny has a question for you. Wants to know if you're doing it with the sticks or the Motion 2.
The sticks. I've never used the Motion 2, but I would love to try it sometime. And this is in normal mode. I did not do this in manual.
Okay. I love it. I'm telling you.
Yeah, it took me a while to find the right music for this video.
How you doing, Brett? I'm toying, thinking about putting the Avada on my Christmas list.
I tell you, you won't be disappointed.
That's what everybody says. Everybody who has it loves it.
I feel more confident when I fly that drone.
Now, have you crashed it? Oh no, you don't want to talk about that.
Yeah, I crashed it. Last weekend I crashed it, and it was about 35 degrees out, and I actually cracked the prop ducts. I have it right here.
Well, it's a sturdy little drone, right?
Yeah. I don't know if you can see.
No, I'll
Right
bring it
there
up.
in
But this is a great video, Randy. Very, very nice. Very nice.
Thank you.
So you were showing us the
Yeah,
Avada?
it cracked the prop right there in the. Hold on, let me get it focused.
Yeah, let me see if I can make you.
Hold on. Right here. It's right in here. Right there. See it?
No, I really can't see it. Okay.
Yeah, it's
very
cracked.
cool.
It's cracked right there. Right there.
All right. Okay. Well, you fly it really, really cool. I really like the way you fly it. So.
Thank you.
But that was a great video, really. So I'm trying to look see if anybody else has any questions for you. If you do, please put them in the chat. I'll keep an eye out on them. Yeah, Jerry Franks wants to know if you're sending it back for refresh.
No, I've had this for a while. These guards are only like $30 to replace the entire frame, so I'll probably just get a new one and replace it.
Yeah.
TJ asked what editing app I use.
All right.
I use Power Director.
Okay, is that a pretty complicated app, or is it hard to use?
Well, it's pretty easy for me, so I'd imagine anybody can use it.
Hey, Max Ayers in the house. How you doing?
Now, Power Director comes with a suite. You get Power Director, you get Audio Director, Color Director, Video Director, and it's like $90 a year.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I use iMovie, basic editing, and sometimes I'll use Light Cut. But again, I'm not a fancy editor by any means, But and I'm reading. It's hard. It's hard to keep up with the chat, so bear with me. And hey, Maddie's in the house. How you doing, Maddie? Good to see you. And Maddie's one of the best FPV pilots, along with Max Air, of course. So, and that's what's great again about the South Florida Drone Meetup. You get to meet all these great drone pilots, really. And it's not so much about the flying. It's more or less about the socializing with these pilots from all over the country and Canada. And at the 4th annual South Florida Drone Meetup, we even have pilots coming from Europe. So that's going to be great. Stephen Gardner's coming and Terry Hawes are coming from Europe. So
I guess they're coming that far. I don't really have an excuse.
I know, I know. You're about what, 18-hour drive, maybe? 16-hour
Yep,
drive? I
you got
forget.
it.
Yeah,
Yeah, you.
but
Last time I went to Florida, I think it took 10 hours just to get to to Georgia, to bottom of Georgia.
okay. Yeah. But anyway, we got 91 names on the list just to let everybody know. And, I'll put it up now, the information. Um, we're having our fourth annual South Florida Drone Meetup on April 6th, 2024. And we're going to have it again at the Jensen Beach Causeway Park. It's really a great location to fly. We can fly FPV there, GPS drones, and the best of all, it's free to attend. So we encourage uh, adults to bring children, get them involved in drone flying, and let us know if you're coming. Let me know or somebody else on the drone meetup committee know you're coming. I'll add your name to the list because we are going to pick one number, and that person's going to win a nice raffle prize based on their position on the list. See, Randy, you don't understand. This list is very, very sacred. I used to put it on a yellow legal pad, and then everybody would make fun of me on my yellow legal pad. So now it's all on the iPad now. But we do have 91 names on the list. So,
I hope you
and
made a
while we're
copy.
talking about it, what'd you say?
I said, I hope you made a copy.
I know. I got it on my iPad Mini. I got it on my iPad Pro. I got it on my cell phone. But really, if we got any comments or questions, please put them in the chat. I'll try to keep an eye out for them. But I did make a little promo video for the South Florida Drone Meetup, and I wanna see if I can show that right now. Hmm. I don't know. Where did it go now? It disappeared on me. So no, I think it's right here. I think this is the one. Yeah. All right. So anyway, guys, here's a little promo on the South Florida Drone Meetup. Some information about the fourth annual South Florida Drone Meetup. It's always a great time at the annual South Florida Drone Meetup. Pilots from all over the U.S., Canada, and Europe will be attending. Bill Ronan and many others will be live streaming from the event. We will have an editing presentation, entertainment, and raffles. Come make new friends and have fun flying drones. Many of the drone superstars will be there. Mark your calendars now, April 5th to the 8th, 2024. It's free, so come join us in Jensen Beach, Florida, at the fourth annual South Florida Drone Meetup. All right. So anyway, there's the little promo.
You made that, Captain
But
Ray? You made that?
yeah, I made that on. Yeah. So,
You did good job.
well, thanks. I appreciate it. It's one of those trailers on iMovie, so pretty easy to do. But um, we got Lauren watching. Lauren, he's watching up in Calgary. How you doing, Lauren? Good to see you. And TJ Grady, he's watching in North Carolina. Always good to see TJ Grady. So, and we got a superstar among us now, David Lorenzo. He's in the house. How you doing, David? So Randy, let me ask you this: if you had a any location in the world where you could fly, where would that be for you?
Um, that's a tough one. Probably anywhere where there's tall mountains with snow on them. Maybe like I guess Greenland or Iceland, whatever that place is.
Yep,
Somewhere
a
I
lot
could
of
dive.
people want to
I
go
could
there.
dive. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, my dream location is Ireland. Ireland and England maybe. Um, and I hope to get there. I've been talking about it for 2, 3 years now. So I want to fly with Alan, Drone Views Media, and Tomas Sullivan. So, but I'll get there. Hopefully. Yeah.
Yeah. Ireland's a
Uh,
beautiful country for sure.
there's so many great places to fly. Right here in the U.S. There's so many great places. Like I got the Snake River Canyon on my bucket list too. You know, I haven't flown drones in Maryland yet, and I know there's some great places to fly right there in Maryland.
Yeah, I'm actually pretty lucky to live where I'm at because it's like there's like four rivers right around me in the Chesapeake Bay, so there's a lot of water. Not really any hills or mountains, but definitely a lot of boats and water to fly over.
Well, I mean, you do a lot of narrating in your videos, and I really appreciate that. I do a lot in mine, and you do a lot in yours. So kudos to you for doing that. Really. Hey, we got Michael Blade
Thank you.
in the house. He's watching up in Rhode Island. How you doing, Michael? And him and his wife are coming to the South Florida Drone Meetup. I'm looking forward to seeing them again. So, but anyway, I really hope you can make it. And I'm not trying to pressure you. I'm just
Mhm.
telling you, if you do come, you will have a good time. Now
Well,
you're
I'm
married,
gonna look
right?
into it.
And you have children?
Yeah, I'm married and I got four kids. Two of them that
Oh,
are
really?
still in diapers, unfortunately.
Oh, wow. Okay. You got your hands full then.
You have no idea. And my babies have actually been diagnosed as on the spectrum with autism,
Oh, really? Okay.
but
Sorry to hear
they're
that.
high functioning. No, it's okay. Autism is a very wide spectrum. It could be something very small to something very severe. So, I mean, my daughter, she seems normal. She's just really hyperactive, and she's not as good with her vocabulary as normal kids, but she's all altogether a normal girl.
Yeah. Okay. Good. Good. But anyway, Keith Russell wanted to know what town the South Florida Drone Meetup is in. Jensen Beach, Florida, Keith. It's just north of Stewart. I think somebody also mentioned it. Yeah, Maddie mentioned it in the chat. So, but anyway, how old is your oldest child?
I have I live with four girls. My oldest,
Oh,
my wife, and my oldest daughter is 15, and then I have a 12-year-old
oh,
daughter,
okay. I didn't think
and then a five.
you could. I mean,
Yeah.
how old are you? First of all, I didn't think you were much
I'm
older
only
than
30.
15.
No, I'm only 37.
Oh my God, I would have never thought that. I would have never thought that. Really? Do any of your children fly
Yeah.
drones?
Unfortunately not. None of them are interested in it. I've even tried to take them for ride-alongs in the goggles, and they're just not interested.
Right, right. Yeah.
They say I
Yeah.
get motion sickness. I don't want to do it.
Maddie has a 15-year-old too. So, and
Yeah,
actually
I feel his pain.
his son came to the meetup 2 years ago, and he ended up being the hero of the meetup. And the reason he was the hero is he had to go into the intercoastal and recover a drone that had taken a dive in the intercoastal, and he came up with it. And it was an FPV drone, and he came up with it, and he was the hero of this third annual South Florida, second annual South Florida Drone Meetup. Yeah. So
Yeah, I would have had to give him a tip.
I know. Um, but anyway, we're gonna have a good time. We really are. And I want to show another one of your videos now. I have it all ready to go. And it's the one I guess you just released just prior to coming on to the show today. So maybe you can narrate over this one.
Yeah, this is Port Deposit, Maryland. It's right on the Susquehanna River. It's a really old town. I didn't get a whole lot of footage of the town, but I got some footage of the dam. The Conowingo Dam is about a mile up the other way. And yeah, I was just out having fun, trying to get some good footage. That's I-95 right there.
Oh, that's 95? Really? Okay, I've
Yep,
been
that's the
across that
Millard
many
Tidings.
times.
Yeah, the Millard Tidings Bridge.
This is nice.
Thank you. I actually had a guy come up to me right after I was flying, and I had a really good conversation with him. I've never had any bad experiences with people, and everybody always is nice and wanting to know what I'm doing and how far the drone goes.
Yep. Hey, Ronnie, God bless America. How you doing? This is a great video.
Thank you.
That's a real cool place to fly. That's for sure.
Yeah, there's some abandoned buildings up on top of that hill. I actually made a video before. I don't think I have it on my channel anymore, but it was of a school called the Tone School in Northeast Maryland, and that is actually their old location. And the buildings you're about to see were built in 1890s, and they abandoned them in 1976 and moved over to Northeast where I made the video.
Very, very cool.
School.
Nice. This is a great video. But anyway, if you guys want to watch the entire video, you can go to Randy's channel, Mad Props Media. And by the way, if you're not subscribed to Randy, please do it now before you get off the live stream. And while I'm talking about that, make sure you subscribe to each other as well. But anyway, Keith Russell has a question for you. He wanted to know where you are in Maryland, because he's in southern Pennsylvania, just above Hagerstown.
I am about
fly with you.
I'm about 15 minutes. Yeah, I'm about 15 minutes from Oxford, Pennsylvania.
Yep. Mm-hmm. Well, hopefully you guys can get together and fly.
Yeah, look me up.
Maybe Randy, you could put your link in the chat. Are you able to do that? Because I'm not good at putting in links. And Ronnie, I tried to find your video, just to let you know. I tried to find your video, and I couldn't find it. So I'm going to have to contact me, and I'm going to have to make other arrangements to show it again next week. But while I'm talking to Ronnie, I just want to let everybody know Ronnie's also donating a beautiful Betsy Ross wooden American flag that he makes. So I got to say thank you to Ronnie for doing that, and that's going to be great. And Ronnie's coming to the South Florida drone meetup for the first time. He's coming in with his wife and Madison, if I remember right. Sometimes I don't have the list in front of me. I'm going by memory right now. Usually I have the list up and I can glance at it. And yes, Madison, I was right. So, but anyway, so now, Randy, I have a little format. I do a little tip of the week, and this week's tip, nothing sophisticated. It's just always check your propellers. And you had showed your drone earlier, but I always actually physically put my hands my fingers and go over each prop before I fly. I do. As I'm separating them, because sometimes you don't even see a small crack, and that can destroy your prop while you're flying, and you'll lose your bird. It'll come right out of the sky. So always check your props before you take off, guys. And
Yeah,
Randy,
that's
do
a
you have
really good tip.
tips for the viewers?
Yeah, my main thing is to always check your home point, make sure your home point's set, and make sure it's above all your nearest obstacles. And one more thing that I've learned flying, especially the FPV drone, is when you charge your batteries up, make sure you fly them within like a day, because even though it looks like it has full charge and it won't charge when you put them on the charger, they're not as powerful or last as long as they would if they were just charged.
Okay, I gotcha. Yep, that's good. That's great tips, actually. Really, it is. And I know that return to home height has, got a lot of people in trouble. When they came back and they forgot to do it, and next thing you know, they're crashing into a tree. you know.
Yeah, yeah. That video I made on the creek, when you do stuff like that, make sure you turn it on the hover, because if you're under trees and stuff, you don't want it to go up in the trees when it loses signal.
Right, exactly. Good point. Good point. But anyway, Paul, Will's in the chat now. Mill City Sky, how you doing, Will? Good to see you. And Paul Reed, he's in the chat. How you doing, Paul? And Paul is also a sponsor of the fourth annual South Florida Drone Meetup. Paul has graciously said he's going to donate one of his Eagle View aerial V71 Pro tablets as a raffle prize, and it's an awesome tablet. 2,100 nits, if I remember right. Right, Paul. Put it in the chat. Tell everybody about it. So the raffle prizes are starting to roll in, Randy. Let me tell you. And I know
Hey, you're making it pretty tempting.
last year we had so many raffle prizes. We didn't have enough time to give them away. We had to leave like 2 hours to give away raffle prizes. But it's all about having fun, not so much winning something. Oh, 2,600 nits. I'm sorry, 2,600 nits. All right. But thank you again, Paul, for that. That's going to be a great raffle prize. So, um, yeah, and I tell you, I have I keep them usually right around me when they start rolling in. I keep them right around the desk here, and I I'm just going to show one of the drones that's going to be a raffle prize right now, and this is from me. Nobody can see what it is yet, but this is a Femi X8 Mini. I I I bought this drone. I hardly even flew it. I tried it maybe 4 times, not seriously, because I love the DJI Mini. So this is going to be a raffle prize. So somebody's going to walk away with that. And of course, I'm going to have some more adventures in fishing coffee mugs too. So, and there'll be hats and T-shirts, and I'm sure a lot of the other drone pilots, Johnny, he's already said he's donating some hats and T-shirts, and it's always a good time, really. Not so much about winning prizes, but people love to win prizes. So,
Hmm.
but anyway, and happy Thanksgiving, Keith. Yep, I should have started off the stream by wishing everybody a happy Thanksgiving. Make sure you eat a lot of turkey, everybody. You know, and I'm actually going to a waterfront restaurant for a Thanksgiving Day buffet. So, but anyway, now you fly the Avata and you fly GPS drones. Which do you prefer better, Randy?
Um, I think flying the Avata is fun, and I think flying GPS is fun, but the it's two different, it's two different cups of tea. The GPS drone, I enjoy tremendously getting really, crisp, beautiful footage. But if I just want to relax and take my mind off of stuff, I'll go fly FPV. But I love them both. I don't know if I could give up one or the other because I really enjoy doing both.
Right, right. Yeah. To be honest with you, I don't know if I could handle FPV. You know, I will. I mean, I've tried Rob Kamadas. He let me fly his Avata. And I flew it, but I flew it like a GPS drone, and it's almost comical when you do that, right?
Yeah,
Because
hey,
you're
there's no
supposed to
harm
be
in flying it like a GPS. That's what I flew it when I did that creek video. I flew it like a GPS drone.
Yeah, but still, it's nice to be able to zip around and go through gaps and everything. And actually, Michael Wright, he also let me fly his in Jupiter, Florida, and I flew his with the motion controller. Now, do you like the motion controller or you like the sticks better? I think Johnny had asked you that
Yeah,
earlier.
yeah. I've never tried the motion controller. When I got the Avata, I had already had the DJI FPV drone with the V2 goggles and the sticks. So all I needed to get was the Avata, and I bought that standalone. So I haven't had a chance for the motion controller yet, but I would like to try it at some point.
And Jerry Franks wants to know what camera drones you fly, Randy.
Well, the only camera drone I have right now is the Air 3, which is right here. And then I fly the Avata. And then this was the after I got my Air 2, this was the second drone I got. And I got this about 6 months later in April of 22 when it was a year old. And it dropped in price by, I think, $400. And I picked
Okay.
that up. And then just recently, I purchased the Rotor Riot Skyliner MK3 from Rotor Riot because
Okay.
I would love to learn how to build, but I don't have the time. I work 10 hours a day, 6 days a week, a lot of times, and I got 4 kids, and it's real tough to find 2-3 hours to sit down and really troubleshoot an issue, and you know.
And Paul Reed has a question: Does flying FPV sometimes cause motion sickness on some folks? Maybe you could answer that for him.
Yeah, when you first start out doing it, when I flew the FPV drone, I never felt motion sickness. But when I got the Avata and started getting low to the ground, the first time I flew that drone low to the ground, I had to take the goggles off because I almost got sick. But after you do it a few times, it goes away. I haven't felt it since.
Well, like I said, the two times that I flew the drone, people had recommended that I sit down rather than stand up, and that seemed to help me a little bit.
Bob
And I
Casey's
think
asking
we
what
got
I
it
do for a living.
right. Yeah.
Yeah,
You want to
I've
talk
been
about
with
that?
the same company. Yeah, I've been with the same company for about 10 years. It's called Americold. It's the largest cold storage distribution in the world. Actually, if you look it up, it's one of the biggest cold storage distributors in the world. And I drive a forklift. It's called a high lift, uh, a reach truck in a freezer
Oh,
where it extends and comes back. And I I've been offered a supervisor job twice, and I've turned them down both times because I don't need the responsibility, and I've worked closely with all the supervisors, and I'm friends with them, and you make more money on the floor with your
okay.
incentives and everything they offer. And
Yeah.
I'm where the money's at.
Okay. That's good. You've been there a long time. Yeah.
Yeah, I've been there a while.
But anyway, if anybody has any other questions for Randy, please put them in the chat. Um, I I also want to announce that Bill Ronayne has told me that not he, but the Stewart Bowling Alley and Sticks Billiard Club will be sponsoring the South Florida Drone meetup again, and that's thanks to Bill. He's the manager at the location, so he has a little pull. So they're going to be sponsoring the meet and greet again on Friday night. And as the people who have attended in the past know, that we raffled off two $50 gift cards, and that's a great donation. So I got to say thank you to Bill. They also allow us time on four of the billiard tables that night, and this is a classy place. When Bill first told me about it, I had my doubts. But when we went and you saw some of the shots in the little promo video, but it's a nice billiard club. You play billiards, Randy?
I've played my share of pool, but I haven't played in a while. But I used to be pretty good at it.
Oh, really? A hustler. Maybe we got a pool hustler here.
No, not that good.
Well, I tell you, if I remember right, TJ, um, he ended up showing up with his own pool stick. Did you have your own pool stick, TJ? Let us know in the chat. I know Trucker Steve had his own pool stick too. But anyway, we have fun doing that. And I'm not a great pool player at all, you know. But it's all about having fun. And me and Ken Dono were partners last year, and we got beat. I forget who we played. I think it was Rob Kamada, but anyway, we got beat. We got beat. So, but Barkley, he's a pretty good pool player too. I was watching him shoot pool. But then we also get discounted time on the bowling alley, which is next to Sticks Billiard Club. And a few people went over and started to bowl a few games. Dennis Lovelady went over with Kelly Shores and Michael Wright, and they were bowling over there. But it's all about having a good time at the South Florida Drone meetup. So, but anyway,
Sounds
back
like a
to
lot of
Bill.
fun.
I want to say thank you to Bill Ronayne. Really, we really appreciate it, Bill. So, um, and right now, like I said, I want to talk a little bit about Jeff Norman, because Jeff Norman is going to be giving the editing presentation at the fourth annual South Florida Drone Meetup. And he really is a great photographer and drone pilot. Um, I've seen his work. He's had it displayed publicly in different locations. And I recently went to the Port Jefferson Civic Center where it was on display. And some of his work is incredible, really. So I got to say thank you to Jeff Norman. And while I'm talking about him, I just want to show a little bit about our last little mini meetup that him and I had. Not the whole thing, but some of it. And we had a good time flying
Another
at
time with
sunset.
DJI Mavic 3. The sun was setting, so I had to send the drone right up. And you'll never guess who I'm going to be flying with tonight. Anybody recognize this car? Yep. It's Jeff Norman.
He's really a great guy to fly with. He drives a Tesla too, in case you don't recognize what kind of car that is.
The last time I flew here, the docks were full of boats. Now they're empty.
Tell you, the batteries on the Teslas are insanely expensive.
Just setting.
I know.
I love flying here.
My son has one, and I dread the day he has to replace them.
Yeah, it's like $20,000.
Yes, you're absolutely right. Yeah.
This park is called Cedar
And look at
Beach,
this location to
off
fly
the Long Island Sound.
up there on Long Island. It's really, really
I
cool,
also might add
Randy.
there's great striped bass fishing in the back of the harbor here. But let's get back to that
Hey,
beautiful
Eric, how you doing?
sunset. Please hit the like button and subscribe to my
But there's a
channel
lot of
now.
boats there
Click
in the
the little bell,
summertime.
you'll be notified about new
Oh, those
videos.
docks are packed. Really, it takes you like
And
12
Jeff was
years
ready
to
to
get a
take
slip
off, so I
there.
wanted to
You got to
film
go on
him
a list.
also. Can anybody make out what kind of drone he's flying? Jeff
Mini
likes to
2.
fly the Autel
Auto.
Light Plus.
Yeah, he's an Autel guy. He likes his DJI drones too. He's
As
got a
most of you know,
Mini
it's pretty
4 Pro,
hard
if I
to
remember
film
right.
another drone flying around, but I did the best I could.
You ever film other drones up in the air, Randy? Oh no.
Yeah, I actually, yeah, I got a video. It's been a while, but I filmed my Avata with my Air 2. I did a little orbit of it, and
Yep.
you
Then
know,
I decided to
Don't-
do a
don't-
partial
don't tell
orbit
the
around
FAA.
Jeff's drone.
Yeah. But it's hard. It's harder than you think to film another drone.
It really is, because you don't know how close you're getting to it with on the
Right,
screen.
exactly.
Before you
Must be
know
real
it,
close.
Jeff was up
Yeah.
and out of here.
Yeah. But I tell you, Randy, we were blessed, and this was a great, great sunset flight. So
That's a beautiful
addition to
beautiful
boat slips,
spot.
The park
Yeah.
also has
but anyway, if you want to watch the rest of that, guys, just watch it on my channel. So, and Eric Rose is watching. He's watching all the way in the Bahamas, just to let you know, Randy. Good to see
Oh
you, Eric.
wow. Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, V Dub, how you doing? Thanks for popping in. And I don't know if I said hello to Barkley in the chat or not. I know I was talking to him about playing billiards at the South Florida Drone meet and greet, but Barkley's in the house. He's number 107, and he's number 107 on the South Florida Drone meetup list too. And we're definitely going to reach that number. So, and Jenna is number 108. So, get your name on the list, guys. And I know I've been saying that the hotel was sold out of rooms, but somebody was able to book it. And just to let everybody know, the official hotel for the fourth annual South Florida Drone Meetup is the Hampton Inn and Suites, Stewart North. They give us a phenomenal rate: $139 for a room, $149 for a suite. So if you're thinking of coming, book your room. There might be one or two left. So you got to call the front desk direct, just to let you know. So, but so I tell you, Randy, you were really a great guest, but I also have to do my little contest for the monthly giveaway, and it's this month. I don't have it handy, but it's a Adventures with Capt Ray Kelly hat. So now's the time, and you don't know the lucky number, so put in your lucky numbers between 1 and 50, and I'll try to keep an eye out for it. And like I say every week, I usually miss it, and the chat has to help me. So just put your lucky number in the chat, and we'll see who gets it. Now, oh man, I don't believe it! I don't believe it! Somebody got it! Somebody got it already! And it went by so quick. Let me see if I can get it back. All right. I'm gonna wait to see if somebody else gets it, but I thought I saw it. The suspense, right? The suspense. All right. Oh, I can't find it now. I could have sworn somebody got it. Let's see now. Sorry, guys. Bear with me. I'm looking at an iPad and the computer. But yeah, I see it. Brian, Waypoint, New England, number 6. So Brian's name will go in for the monthly drawing. So congratulations, Brian. Waypoint, New England, number 6. So anyway, Randy, like I said, you were an awesome special guest tonight. Thank you very much for being on. But the hour goes by quick. So now is your time to say your goodbyes and promote anything you want to promote, like your channel or whatever. So thank you for being on tonight.
Yeah, I appreciate you having me. I'm pretty sure most everybody in the chat's subscribed to my channel already, and I really appreciate everybody that comments and likes and watches my videos, because really nobody I know is interested really. I mean, a couple guys at work, but my family, they're not into it. So I really appreciate you guys watching.
Yeah, I tell you, the support in the drone community is amazing. It really is. When I first came onto these live streams, you figure, nobody, but they welcome you in. And if you have a question, they're more than happy to help you. And that's what's so great about this drone community, really. So just keep supporting everybody. And like I said earlier, if you're not subscribed to Randy, Mad Props Media, please do it now and subscribe to each other. But anyway, we got a great show lined up for Wednesday on the Fly for Fun show. It's the day before Thanksgiving. So, and I want Monday night's a busy night because we got Duranify at 7 o'clock. And then we got the Grumpy Vlogger at 8. And then Drone Nation is at 9 o'clock tonight with Ron Brown, Marcus Crawford, and DeMarco Moore. So be sure to watch that. I know I'll be watching. I don't know who their special guests are tonight, but they always have a great show. So listen, everybody, um, just get out there, fly for fun. Most importantly, fly safely. And if you get a chance, you know, bring a child along and get them hooked on drones, not drugs, as my little saying says. I enjoy teaching kids how to fly drones. What about you, Randy? Have you ever done that?
Yeah, I have I actually have two nephews that are interested, but I don't see them as much as I'd like. But I let one of them fly the Avata one time, not with the goggles, but with line of sight, and they seem to enjoy it. So that's a little prospect I have.
Good, cool. So if you can, guys, do that. You know, you can change your kid's life, really. But anyway, we'll see you again next week, same time, same place. Happy Thanksgiving, everybody. Randy and I are going to go enjoy the rest of the shrimp and lobster in the back room. Good night, everybody.